Hello, Bozeman UMC. It is Monday, March the 16th, and this is kind of an experiment we're going to do this week where it is a daily video blog, a way for us to be connected together, just to kind of hold some stuff and to offer you some reflections. I think we're going to find in the days and weeks ahead that this time apart is going to get greater, and the boredom and disconnection is going to be something we are going to have to collectively work against. And so this is one way I hope we do that. If this is helpful to you, shoot us an email, let us know in the comments. We're going to post it to Facebook every day. I recognize some aren't on Facebook, but we have chosen Facebook for right now to be the medium where we're going to push these. This morning I went to the grocery store at 6 a.m. I'd heard that the grocery stores had closed and they were going to restock and they were going to clean, and at 6 a.m. they were going to be open. And so I got up at 5:30. I was there at 5:55. There was maybe 20 people outside waiting for the doors to open. And in some way, I don't know why, I expected it to be the same old grocery store where everything was stocked, where everything was as it always is. And I went in and it was not that experience. There was no toilet paper. There was no pasta. There was no macaroni and cheese. Aisle after aisle had huge swaths of stuff that was gone. There was no soup. And it made me realize that we have entered a time in our history as a people where we are going to have to change. We have to adapt to what's happening in the world around us. And that's not something we ever expected. It wasn't in our strategic plan for this year to adapt to a virus that has changed our world. It wasn't in our thinking, I'm going to need to prepare for this. And that's how life goes sometimes. We have to adapt our thinking. It's a time in which we are invited to be very clear about being the people of God. There are these verses in Exodus. So we're going to go way back to the Hebrew Bible. These verses in Exodus about the people going through the wilderness, right, for 40 years. And every time they move, whether it's daily or weekly or monthly, whatever their schedule is, they put up and they take down the tabernacle. Now, the tabernacle is a set of instructions, very clearly how it should be built and what needs to happen, but it is the place, the physical place that God resides as the people have left Egypt and are in the wilderness wandering. And it makes me wonder, in the midst of our own idea of worshiping God, how we need to think about things differently. When the people built the temple then, God was kind of mad because God said, I've roamed wherever I wanted and you want to stick me in this building and I don't want to be confined to this building. But fine, we'll build the temple and here's how you're going to do it. Again, instructions on how to do it, to connect with God. We're kind of adapting to the opposite. God has been in our sanctuaries. That's where many of us have come. And God is outside of, and we know that. But we come to our sanctuaries and we find and experience our God. And all of a sudden, we can't come to our sanctuaries. And so we have to adapt with the way we experience God. We have to do some things differently. We might have to get on Facebook. We might have to learn a technology called Zoom. It's a video technology that allows us to have meetings. We might have to learn that this form of interaction, this video blog, is how we're going to communicate and be in relationship. We might have to remember we have these really crazy inventions called the telephone, and we need to pick it up. But our worship of God is going to look different. It is going to be much more like the Hebrews wandering through the desert, putting up their tabernacle and taking it down for a time. Which leads me to another story I want us to remember. We don't know what's going to happen here, but in all likelihood, Easter is going to look entirely different than any Easter any of us have experienced before. And that's the key. For a while, things are going to look different in our world. We will be okay. We will rebound. Summer will come. It will get warm outside. The sun will be bright again. The third day will be here. Easter will happen. Maybe it's in April. Maybe it's not. But either way, we will remember the resurrection of our Lord, that the third day promise still exists. And that's what it means to be Christian people. We know the third day is coming. So during this time, let us remember to be God's people, to live with faith and kindness, to live with a sense of justice and with hope. You are in our prayers. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to call us and let us know. In the meantime, we will continue to be God's people.